I have not changed my answer. I will not sell you the rights to my mines. Not today, not tomorrow, nor in 100 years. You will not get your hands on my silver.
You forget I have influential friends. If you won't sell the mines, you'll lose them.
Olha que
Just like
desgraçada.
Manashov. Along with your life, if you defy me.
Mind your step. Two can play that game. Did you really think that I didn't know you were stealing the royal silver, eh? When your self-proclaimed king finds that out, your head will be on the chopping block.
Fica na sua.
Seize that traitor!
Not another step.
Eita preula.
You'll get yours too, turtle dove. What are you waiting for? Can't you see? They're threatening the Royal Mint Master!
Eita, a confusão tá armada. Olá, rapaziada, como é que vocês estão? Espero que sejam bem. Vamos a mais um episódio de Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. E neste episódio nós vamos avançar nas nossas missões principais, agora que a gente já terminou quase todas as quests secundárias. Isso significa que nós vamos até os Ruthards, porque a gente precisa da ajuda deles para descobrir uma rota secreta para conseguir resgatar o Hans. Só que para isso a gente vai acabar se envolvendo numa investigação contra o Mestre da Cunhagem Real. Até porque prata não pode pegar porque é do rei. E é claro, a gente vai receber algumas missões do Covil, as nossas últimas missões secundárias, e elas podem ser explosivas. Só que antes de mais nada, vamos ao nosso pequeno tá padrão. Pega uma e petisco, chama os amigos, bora se divertir, mas antes deixa que a gente quer esse coração. Se não for inscrito, já aproveita e se inscreve. Bora lá.
Hey, get him! Strike! So that's your game, eh? Show what you're made of! You got it!
Damn. They gave me a going over. Good thing you showed up, lad.
You alright, sir? Looks like you took some hits.
It's just a scratch.
Papa, my God, you're hurt.
I'm all right. What the hell was that, Rosa?
I saved your life. Didn't you notice?
We
Foi
would have
pouquinho
been in the
imprudente.
right if you hadn't taken the shot. Now we have the blood of the king's men on our hands. Do you have any idea what this means?
Was I supposed to let one of Sigismund's lackeys insult us in our own home?
And you thought this was a better solution?
You know what? Let's just leave it be. I don't want to argue in front of the young man here. Apologies for the mess, stranger. There aren't usually so many corpses strewn about our courtyard.
Apology accepted.
We'll call the guards and tell them what happened. That Ulrich Vavak and his men attacked us for no reason.
You think that will make them let us off the hook?
Not for free. But knowing young Plimo, the commander of the guard, I'm sure he won't refuse my coin. But back to you, lad. Who are you? And why have you graced us with your visit?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, squire to Laura Capon of Perkstein.
Pleased to meet you. Conslin Ruthard. And this feisty creature here is my daughter Rosa.
Like father, like daughter.
Why did your master send you to me, Henry?
He didn't, sir. Unfortunately, he's in enemy captivity.
We're sorry to hear that.
But I plan to rescue him. And I believe you can help me with that.
We can? How?
Lord Capon is held at Malashov.
Our Malashov? I don't envy him. I was planning on fixing the roof before they took it from us. It's full of leaks. I doubt its new master will lift a finger to do anything about it. But tell me, why would I meddle in matters that don't concern me?
Estamos do
Well, we
mesmo
all
lado.
stand on the same side. Against Sigismund.
That is undoubtedly true. I don't like that ginger bastard either. Especially since his people started sticking their fingers in my coffers. But to get involved in something as dangerous as freeing a captured nobleman in a territory conquered by Sigismund?
We have to do something to help. I know it's dangerous.
Dangerous? It's madness. What if somebody finds out?
Ninguém
Nobody
vai
will
saber.
You haven't been in Kuttenberg for long, have you? The walls have ears here. I'd only end up with my head on the chopping block. And I don't even want to think about what they'd do to Rosa.
That's true. As long as Vavak's breathing down our necks, we have to be careful.
Who is he, anyway?
Ulrich Vavak von Neuhaus. The new mint master appointed by Sigismund himself. He's had it in for us ever since he took over the office. He's been pressuring me to hand over my mining rights. It seems he'd like to see me reduced to a beggar. And now we've killed his men. The king's men. I'll have to reach deep into my pocket to get out of that. Like Rosa said, lad. As long as Vavak is around, my hands are tied. I'm sorry.
A gente dá jeito nele.
We will have to untie your hands then. What should I do?
There might be something. It's obvious Vavak is getting richer than his office warrants. There are rumors going around that he's stealing the king's silver. He even uses it to mint counterfeit groschen, using a fake die. If Sigismund were to find out, he'd have him executed at once, regardless of his noble blood.
But you need evidence to make such an accusation, right?
Exactly.
But how do we find it?
Some of the silver goes missing somewhere along the way to the mint. And we have to find out where.
Find out? But how? They don't let just anyone into the mines and smelting works.
You're right. Only authorized people are allowed in. Fortunately, we have an ally. My friend Peter of Pisek. They ousted him from the Mint Master's office, but his brother Christian remained in the Italian court. He wanted to become the Mint Master himself, but because of Vavak, he had to settle for the steward's office. He hates him even more than we do on account of it.
And that's saying something.
Christian and I were just talking about his suspicions. He'd welcome any dirt you can dig up on Vavak, just as much as I would. If you go to him and ask for help on my behalf, I'm sure he'll accommodate you. I'll help you free Lord Capon in exchange for evidence of Vavak's fraud. That's fair, isn't it?
All right. It's a deal. I've already met Peter of Pisek, and I know he can be trusted. Let's hope the same goes for his brother.
Excellent. You'll find Christian and Horshan at the estate near the mines. Tell him the password, Via Argentum, the pot of silver. He'll know who he's dealing with. But be careful, both of you. This is our last chance to stop Vavak.
We'll be praying for you.
Via Argentum. Consiga provas contra Vavak e fale com Christian de Psek. Tá, preula. Dá pra gente pegar umas... Sempre é útil. Né? Esse escudo é bonito, mas eu achei esse escudo mais bonito. Nossa, eu tenho tanta chave.
You have a kind master, eh, doggy?
Beleza, não sobrou mais nenhum, né? Não. Então, tem um aqui. A gente nunca sabe pra quando vai precisar dessas chaves de baú. Todo mundo anda com chave, a gente nunca descobre direito os baús. Mas de vez em quando vem uns baús muito loucos. E a gente consegue abrir eles. Onde? Misericórdia. É você que eu tenho que
You're a
falar.
Christian of Pisek?
I am. What do you need?
Kunzlin Ruthards sent me. About via Argentum.
I see. But I'm afraid I don't have good news for Sir Kunzling. I haven't made much progress regarding the matter we discussed. I just don't have the time to investigate. I'm always needed somewhere, and there's always someone following me around.
Vou ajudar na sua
That's why I'm
investigação.
here. I'll help you with your investigation.
Excellent. You'd be pulling a thorn from my side. What's your name?
Henry.
All right. Listen up, Henry. Nobody can know I'm looking into it. It's a very dangerous game, but hopefully I don't need to tell you that.
Lord Ruthard mentioned something of the sort.
Excellent. Excellent. You don't happen to come from a family of miners or smelters, do you?
Meu pai de verdade supervisionava minas.
My real father is a nobleman. He oversaw the royal mines in Skalitz.
You don't say. You're the son of Radzig Kurbula.
You know him?
Not personally. But I'm well informed about the silver mines in the kingdom and their overseers. What happened in Skalitz was a great tragedy for the entire kingdom. It was one of the highest yielding mines. How much did your father tell you about its operation?
Hardly anything, actually.
Oh? Well, never mind. We can fix that. I'll be happy to tell you everything you need to know. Now, follow me, please. We need to talk somewhere in private.
Ok.
Where should I start looking?
Straight to the point. I like that. We know for a fact the silver must be getting lost somewhere on its way to the mint. That means it would be best to discreetly inspect all operations and find out where the problem is. First of all, you should ask miners from every shift how many corves they mine in a day. After that, we'll compare the numbers to the mine record books and see.
But the yields aren't the same every day, right?
True. That's why we have to focus on one particular day. For example, the other day, on the Feast of St. Petronilla, Foreman Fett was beaming and bragging to me about how much it helped. I mean, mined out.
Won't they be suspicious if I ask those kind of questions?
Of course. You'll have to proceed with the utmost caution. Nevertheless, the miners are a strange bunch. They might not be very forthcoming at first, and they have an odd way of speaking. Like calling each other Sonny, however old they are. But you'll hear for yourself. You should pretend to be really interested in them, and maybe they'll open up to you. You could be a scholar writing a treatise on silver mining, or perhaps a nobleman interested in buying a mine. Or just say I'm your distant uncle who's initiating you into the ins and outs of my job. It's up to you.
Estudioso questionador.
I reckon I could pose as a curious scholar.
Suit yourself.
Melhor.
Just don't change your story so you don't arouse suspicion. But to the point, each day 3 shifts work in the shaft. Each has its foreman, or gaffer, as they say. The first shift is led by Frank, the second by Paul, and the third by Samko. You'll have to ask each one of them how many corves they mined. Samko's hewers should be off work now. You'll find the other 2 shifts in the mine. Take this, so the guards will let you in. It's a letter of safe conduct bearing my seal, allowing you free movement within the mine.
And what are you going to do?
I'll return to the estate to do my job. What else? I reckon they must be wondering where I am by now. Once you find out how many corves the 3 shifts mined on the Feast of St. Petronilla, return to me. We'll compare that number to the entry in the mine book. And don't forget, don't draw attention.
Beleza.
By the way, I've had the honor of meeting your brother, Peter.
Well, well. Small world.
He was a great help to us at Sukdal.
Even though we had some disagreements, I respect him for everything he succeeded in doing. If it weren't for him, I'd never have been able to do what I do.
Nossa, tem monte de coisa para que ele vai falar, mas vamos subir a
All the
eloquência.
silver in the kingdom of Bohemia belongs to the king, whether it's above ground or still below it. Though I'm sure you understand, the king has a lot on his mind, and he can't be expected to worry about mining. So he leases out the mining rights to his tenants. It's called the Burgergal. There's a lot of money in it. The tenants have to pay the king, and the king also receives a share of the pure silver from the smelting works. That's the royal tithe.
What is this path of silver, anyway?
It's the whole process, from digging the silver ore out of the ground and processing it, to minting silver coins. Silver is found in ore veins underground. The pitmen mine it and get it to the surface. The chief foreman of a gallery counts the corves, and the assayer estimates the purchase price of the ore for the smelter. The raw ore goes to the smelter, where it's crushed in a stamp mill before it can be purified by roasting. Roasted ore goes to the furnaces, where it's smelted into raw and then pure silver. Silver is then cast into rods about as thick as your little finger.
Can any silver get lost?
It can. And unfortunately, it does happen. It may be a capital offence, but even that won't deter everyone. Most often, a pitman tries to smuggle pieces of ore under his clothes. It doesn't end well. Nevertheless, the entire path of the silver, from the ore beneath the ground to minted coins, is closely guarded. Every step is recorded in the books, so if someone is stealing large quantities, they must have it pretty damn well figured out.
Who checks the royal share?
The royal mint master and his subordinates are responsible for collecting the royal share. That also means me and the shaft foreman. That is why every step of the path of silver is monitored and recorded, starting with how much ore is mined. The smelting works owners don't have to be monitored as closely, since they buy the ore from us. It's in their best interest to get the highest possible yield after deducting the royal share.
Who makes money from all this?
The thing is, everyone does. Pitmen get paid for mining in the shaft. Mine operators get paid for raw ore. The smelters then smelt everything, sell the pure silver, and deduct the raw tithe. The silver rubs off on the hands of anyone who even touches it. But there's still enough left over for the king.
Who owns the mines?
The king grants mining rights to his loyal subjects, and these leaseholders can rent out their privileges to other people. All sorts of people operate mines in Kuttenberg. Nobility, rich burghers, even the monastery. In fact, anyone with enough money to pay for new shafts to be dug can share in the proceeds.
Ou seja,
Who's
qualquer
responsible
empresário.
for the mines?
The mines and the mint are supervised directly by the royal mint master, Ulrich Vervark von Neuhaus. As the steward, I'm his direct subordinate. I oversee that everything runs smoothly on his behalf. Then come the chief foreman, then the other foreman, and finally the ordinary pitmen in the shafts. But I don't come in contact with them very often. We follow the path of silver until the moment an ore merchant buys the ore from us and takes it to a smelter.
How much do the mines pay to the king?
That depends on whether it's a royal mine or a mine in the hands of a mining guild, meaning the leaseholders.
I thought all mines were owned by the king.
That's right. But it's much more profitable for the king to grant mining rights to rich mine operators. They bear the cost of mining themselves and pay him a share. The king receives 1/3 of the profits from his own mines, but only 1/5 from the leaseholders. That's how he gets what's his from all the mining.
What about the other 2/3 of the profits from the king's mines?
Those go towards the costs, of course, for operations, wages, and shaft security.
How are groschen made from the silver?
The royal share from the smelting works goes to the mint in the Italian court. There, the coiners hammer it out into silver sheets for cutting the coin blanks. Then, in the Italian court's preghouse, our minters cut out and punch new groschen.
How many mints are there in total?
Only the main one is left, the one in the Italian court. There used to be more of them throughout the kingdom, but King Wenceslas II united them all. It was he who contributed the most to the rise of the Prague groschen and the wealth of this region. And of course, his own wealth too.
Uhum.
Who's responsible for the smelting works?
They have their own owners. They buy ore from us and smelt it into pure silver. Then they deduct the royal tithe and they can sell the rest. And not just silver. Processing the ore yields a variety of other materials that can be sold just as well.
What happens in the smelting works?
Each smelting shop has a stamp mill, a roasting pit, and a smelting furnace. The stamp mill is used to crush the ore into smaller pieces to make it easier to process. After that, the crushed ore is roasted in a roasting pit to remove most of the impurities. Finally, everything is smelted in a furnace to separate the pure silver from the slag.
So it's processed similarly to steel for smithing?
Yes, but in steelmaking, you don't have to weigh and record every step thrice.
Ou seja, tudo muito bem controlado. Muito bem mesmo. Bem, agora o que a gente consegue fazer? Descubra a quantidade extraída pelos filhos do Frank. Descubra a quantidade extraída pelos filhos de Sanko. Descubra a quantidade extraída pelos filhos de Paul. Se bem que o Sanko é mais perto, né? O Sanko tá mais perto. A gente precisa descobrir exatamente como que é esse esquema denunciar para fazer o outro ser morto.
Are you Foreman Samko?
Aye, I am. Who's asking?
My name is Henry. Steward Christian sent me to you. I'm a student from Prague, and I'm writing a treatise on miners and mine operations.
Why should I care? Didn't you see we're off graft?
Sir Christian told me to ask about anything that interests me, and that you'll tell me.
Ah, Sonny, I'm so tired. I haven't even got the strength for gabbing. I wouldn't mind having a game of dice, but minus rules. Then I'll tell you everything. What'd you say?
Você deveria ouvir o Christian.
You should obey Sir Christian and just tell me what I want to know. You don't want him coming to you when you're off work to tell you off.
That I don't, kidder. Ask away, then.
What is the work of a miner about?
Aye, that's a good question, Mara. Mostly about oaking. Any yakker'll tell you that. But proper rest is even more important than graft. You're as weak as a midgie without it.
So how do you rest?
Depends. Some have a kip, some a swally, some go whoring. As for me, I play dice.
How do you mine ore?
Either we're on hard rock, and then no one's hewing shit, or we're hewing something soft, and then it goes grand. Only then there's not much silver in the ore, and you've got to smelt the shit out of it.
Eu não vou jogar dados pra ele me dar as informações.
How much do you make doing this?
Don't even get me started. The chink's bad, and it's getting worse. Half a grosh and a cough is no.
How many cores did you mine on, say, the Feast of St. Petronilla?
I can tell you exactly. All the yakkers were working, and we were getting along nicely. We managed to hulk 34 coves without
34
skimping on aim
carrinhos.
time. First time in ages, that was.
That's all I need to know.
Então são 34 carrinhos pro Sanko. Beleza. 34 carrinhos pro Sanko. Vamos vir para cá. Quero muito que o outro seja executado só pelo Só pelas merda que ele falou lá. Se ele realmente é um criminoso se achando... Ah, mas ele vai ver. E daí eu entrego com gosto. Cadê o... É, eu não preciso falar com o guarda, mas eu pelo menos eu entro na mina e falo com... Não é você. Não é você. Caraca, que loucura. Eu, hein? Capataz Frank.
Foreman Frank?
What you looking for, Sonny? Can't you see we're Hewin?
Sir Christian of Pisek sent me. I'm a student at the university in Prague. Henry. I'm writing a treatise on silver mining.
I didn't know you scribblers were interested in us ordinary yakkers, but you can't just amble around. You'll count your creels.
I'll just have a few questions.
The more we gab, the less we gar. But make it snappy, man. What do you want to know, like?
What is the work of a miner really about?
What's it about? Bugger all, kidder. No great shakes. We gans through the roads, Bella. Hewing off from rock in the dark and breathing in the stithe.
How exactly do you mine ore?
Bloody hell. Have you never seen a yakka graft, kidder? You take a kevel and ding away at the rock till it crumbles. And if you keep ganning at it for a couple of years and don't croak from the stithe, then you'll keel over from exhaustion or get scrushed by the ceiling of the road you're hewing.
How do you get the ore outside?
Same way it's hewed, in the dark and in coves. On top of that, you spend a lot of the bloody time on all fours. Once you get out by with the cough, you get a tally, and you can get back in by.
I wonder, how much do you mine in a day?
That depends on how much ore you howk out of this or that face. It varies.
How much did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Listen, kidder. Aren't you a bit too curious? Why do you need to know that for? Them numbers won't be useful to nobody.
Preciso para o meu tratado.
I really need to know it for my work. My treatise won't be complete without it. Est rerum omnium magister usus. Experience is the best teacher. And you have that experience.
Aye, well, a clever head but a gawk-handed, eh? Alright, I'll tell ya. It was a good gar on the Feast of St. Petronilla. Our yakkers
36.
hewed 36 corves.
Thanks.
36 carrinhos pro Frank.
How much do you get for your work?
I'll tell you, man. Them deputies up at bank make a howfin pile of chink. But us buggers, the ones doing all the graft, we earn a pittance.
Can you give me a more specific number?
Sometimes, not even half a grosh and a cough. That's near way to make a living, man. Take care.
Caraca. Tá, vamos lá. Eu teria que encontrar onde tá outra criatura. É um minerador. Não
Where
posso
can I
encontrar o
find your
pau.
foreman, Paul? What you doing here, kidder? Who let you in, bay?
I've got a letter of safe conduct from Christian of Pisek. I'm a student from Prague. I'm trying to get to know the miner's life from up close and write a thesis on it.
Right? A thesis? Well, be damned.
I just need to ask your foreman a few things.
Our gaffer's gone down there to pray. I don't know if he'd be up for talking, but...
Why wouldn't he be in the mood for talking?
Young jaybird, one of our marrows, got scrushed the other day. He hadn't even had a full week on the graft, poor lad. It happened the day before the Feast of St. Petronilla. You'll find Paul at the lowest level by the roof fall. He's praying for the salvation of his soul. You'll hear the wind howling in the adit down there. It can be heard as far as that cursed road. I hear it's haunted. Don't fret, but Saint Barbara look out for you. Take care, sir.
Descer. Será que é mais aqui? Minerador. Caraca, é muita descida. Eu acho que eu tô chegando perto, né? Mas eu não sei se é tão descida assim. Ah, é aqui mesmo.
Are you Foreman Paul?
Hey! You walk like a ghost, kidder. You gave me a bit of a fright there. Hold on. I don't know ye. Who are you? And what are you doing so deep in the pit?
My name's Henry. Sir Christian sent me. I'm a student at the university in Prague, and I'm writing a thesis on the life and lot of miners. I hate to interrupt your prayers for a dead friend, but I need to ask you something.
He weren't just me marrow. He were my blood. I raised him from a nipper since my sister died. He kept begging me to take him on a shift, saying he was strong as a horse. Wouldn't it take no like? And now, how can he forgive myself?
Não há dor no
There's no
céu.
more pain in heaven. Don't be so hard on yourself.
You're right. I hope the Lord has welcomed the poor lad into the kingdom of heaven. Will you pray with me for his soul one last time?
Aye. I'll pray with you.
You're a canny lad. Repeat after me. Almighty and merciful God, our Father, you are the giver of gold, silver, bronze, copper,
Almighty
tin,
and
iron,
merciful God,
and
our
all
Father,
ores and metals.
you are the giver
I
of
ask that you
gold,
bless me brother
silver,
who has died in this
bronze,
mine,
copper,
and may
tin,
your holy angels
iron,
save his soul from
and all
damnation.
ores and metals.
Bring his soul to
I ask that
eternal
you bless
glory
my
through
brother,
our Lord,
who has
our
died in
Saviour
this
and
mine.
Redeemer, Jesus
May your
Christ.
holy angels save his soul from
The angel of the
damnation.
Lord declared
Bring his
to
soul
Mary,
to eternal
and she
glory
conceived the Holy
through our
Spirit.
Lord, our
Hail Mary.
Saviour and Redeemer,
Mary said,
Jesus
Behold,
Christ.
I am the handmaid
Amen.
of the Lord. Be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary. And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us.
So, are you going to answer me now?
Aye. Thanks for praying with me. Ask about out.
What is the work of a miner about?
What it's about? It's about hewing the face and hauling the ore to the bank in coves. Over and over again. Proper graft, that. Can be real dodgy, mind. Might even do you in.
Are deaths in the mine common?
Aye. But every death in the shaft is a waste. Whether it's in a crumple or black damp. Unfortunately, we still bury a yakka or two a month, you know. That's life like.
Credo.
How is the ore mined?
First, we have to survey the shaft and find ore. Then the place gets scored and set ablaze. We set up timber around. The hewers take their tools and start dinging rock and hewing ore. Nothing to it.
How much do you make doing this?
Depends on how much we hawk. How hard the rock is, how much ore's in it. It's not really worth it, though. Half a grosh and a corf isn't much of a fight.
So how many corves did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
That weren't a good day. Nobody was in the mood for ganning on after what happened to Jaybird. But even so, we managed to hawk 30 corves.
30
That's all I
carrinhos.
need to know.
Então, misericórdia. Pera aí. Agora eu vou ter que sair daqui. Basicamente são 30 carrinhos pro Paul, 36 carrinhos pro Frank e 34 carrinhos pro Sanko. Ufa. Consegui sair. Ah, eu preciso agora subir. Ah, é aqui. Tá, descobri
I
um
already know
número.
how many corvs the crews extracted on the Feast of St. Petronilla. It was 100 altogether.
I see. Meanwhile, I looked in the mine book. How many do you think it says there?
Menos.
I'd guess it's less.
Then you'd be correct. The book lists 90 corvs extracted. That means 10 corvs of ore disappear each day. But nobody could just come along and take them. We keep a close watch on everything. The unreported corvs must be going out to smelting works with the rest of the ore. That means...
What does it mean?
that this is fraud of colossal proportions, and that Foreman Fett and Herman the ore merchant are in it up to their ears.
O que nós vamos
What are we going to
fazer?
do about it?
Well, we need to make them tell us more, but carefully. Being involved in the theft of silver is a capital crime, so it should be in their own interest to cooperate. Make sure to promise them no one will know about their crime. You can mention my name. When you've talked to them, come back to me and we'll figure out what to do next.
Vamos lá. Nós temos que convença o Fett a cooperar. O que é esse daqui? Comerciante de minérios Herman. Vamos falar com ele.
Gepriesen sei der Herr.
We need to talk, Herman.
And who might you be?
Henry. But that's not important. Sir Christian sent me. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Discrepancies?
How do you explain that the miner has extracted 100 corves of ore on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the book only says 90?
If it says 90, there must have been 90. The book does not lie.
Está informando números falsos.
Or someone is writing down false numbers and hiding 10 corves.
I do not write anything in the book myself. Foreman Fett counts the corves here. Go and talk to him instead.
Don't tell me you don't count them too. You wouldn't pay for more corves than there really were.
Do you have any idea how much ore passes through my hands? How am I supposed to remember how many there were ausgerechnet on the Fest of St. Petronilla? Besides, miners can lie and say they extracted more than they did. They like to show off.
All 3 crews agreed to report more. I seriously doubt that.
A história não bate. Não tenha medo de dizer a verdade. Vale, senão vai ser pior. Não tenha medo de dizer a verdade.
You don't have to be afraid to tell the truth. Me and Sir Christian agreed to settle the matter quietly. We're not going to punish anyone.
I am innocent. It was Fett's idea. He came to me saying we were going to deliver more corves to the smelters than we would report, and I would get paid for it. It was going well. I have always paid for what we put in the book. Then I got some geld from Fett on the side. On the Feast of St. Petronilla, I was afraid they would be able to tell the difference. 10 corves is 10 corves after all. Nobody at the smelting works cared at all. I am sure they are in on it too.
Caraca, que esquema, hein?
How long has this been going on?
Several months. Maybe half a year. About since Sigismund arrived.
Is Ulrich Vavak behind this?
The Mint Master? I have no idea. I am a mere assayer. I have never even met Vavak.
Sir Christian and I agreed to investigate the matter in secret, so just act like nothing's going on. Keep doing what you're doing. We don't want to scare off the people who are actually responsible. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. I will be as silent as the grave.
Aí o próximo a gente vai... Ah, o próximo já tá aqui, já pertinho. Adoro quando eles ficam andando pra tudo quanto é canto e fazendo a gente besta.
A word, Foreman.
Who are you? And what do you want?
I'm Henry. But that's not important. Sir Christian sent me. I need to discuss a delicate matter with you.
Don't tell me one of the yakkers shat all over the outhouse in the yard again.
I'm afraid it's a little worse than that. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Let Sir Christian handle it then. They're his books, and his responsibility too.
Mas você que conta os
You're the one
carrinhos.
counting the corves of ore.
Your point being?
I learned that the miners extracted no less than 100 corves on the feast of St. Petronilla, but the mine book says 90.
Do you think the yakkers know how to count? They're blockheads, and they like to show off. I'm sure they just exaggerated. Anyway, what's it to you? Did the steward send you to snoop around? Don't you know? I work for Vavek, the mint master himself. I'm under his protection.
Aye, there's no point in denying it. Herman told me everything.
Bloody snitch.
Já achamos já mais um que tá envolvido na treta. Você não será punido. Você não será punido.
He had no choice. If you tell me everything you know right now, you'll go unpunished. I can guarantee that in Sir Christian's name.
Keva, you're all I need. As soon as I was made head gaffer, Amara, who works at the smelting works in Grund, came to me. He said someone wanted to talk to me. One of them. So I met this fella in the tavern in Grund, and he told me how it all works. How to cook the books like. He told me the trick was not to report some of the extracted ore and transport it secretly to the smelters along with the rest. He made it very clear if I didn't play along, I could have an accident. There was nothing I could do.
Who was that fella from the smelter who came to you?
He never told me his name, even when I asked. He's a tall bloke, stocky, pockmarked. I don't scare easy, but this bloke was terrifying.
How long has this been going on?
For some time now, definitely. I heard even former head gaffer Kircher was in on it too.
Where can I find him?
You can't ask Kircher any questions. He fell down a shaft. They say he was drunk. But I don't think it was an accident.
Nem eu.
Who pays you on the side? You have to pay the miners for what they actually extracted.
I get the extra chink from the smelting works. It's enough for the yakkers and for Herman.
Do you think the mint master, Ulrich Vavak, is behind this?
I don't know. I've got naught bad to say about Vavak. He treats me canny whenever he shows up. He says if Christian gives us hassle, he'd sooner replace him than me. He really said that. The mint master himself.
All right. Just carry on as if nothing's happened. No one must find out we know about the fraud. Christian won't give you any trouble, nor will anyone else. Is that clear?
Clear as a bell, Mara. I'll be silent as the grave.
Será mesmo? Opa. Será mesmo?
I talked to Fett and Herman.
And? Did they confess?
They did. I mean, I made them. It's just as we thought. The trail leads to the smelting works.
Did you tell them to keep quiet and act as if nothing's happening?
I did.
Let's see what we've got so far. Those 10 unreported corves leave for the smelting works from here. If silver's going missing, that's where it must be happening. You'll have to go and look around and talk to the owner, Buresh. I reckon that'll be tricky, though.
How so?
Buresh is a very cautious and clever man. I reckon he won't be happy to have someone snooping around his property. But he's the only one who can give you permission to walk round the smelting works without the guards bothering you.
Something like your letter of safe conduct. How can I persuade him to give me one?
Like I said, it won't be easy. Nevertheless, I found a way you could gain his trust at least a little. You'll pretend to be a nobleman interested in buying some smelting works, who'd like to get a closer look at his operation.
A nobleman this time, then?
But be careful. Baresh won't be as easily fooled as the simple pitman here. You'll have to dress like a real nobleman. That means no plate armor, or, God forbid, bloody rags. But listen, don't carry a weapon. Baresh has a morbid fear of someone threatening him. That's why he has a bodyguard with him at all times. You must come to him dressed to the nines and act impeccably, so as not to arouse the slightest suspicion. In short, be charismatic as you can manage.
What should I wear?
Like I said, some decent clothes. I reckon you can imagine what those look like. If you don't have anything of the sort, visit a tailor in town. I'm sure he can sell you something nice. If you're charismatic enough, Baresh is sure to believe your intentions are good. And make sure you wash up before you go. You can't go and see him looking like some dung-soiled peasant.
What else should I know about the smelting works before I go?
In the smelting works, ore from the mines is crushed, ground, and then smelted. They extract silver along with all sorts of other materials from it. Then they give part of the silver to the king for the minting of groschen, and sell off the rest, along with the other materials, to craftsmen.
What should I know about this Baresh before I talk to him?
He's the slyest fox of them all. He comes from somewhere in Moravia, and he moved to Kuttenberg a few years ago. He started to prosper soon after, and not even Sigismund's arrival stopped him. He quickly joined his side. Now he's doing better and better. But whether that means he's involved in something shady, who knows?
I got it. I'm ready to go.
Here, I've written you a letter of introduction to take with you and give to Baresh. I reckon he won't be thrilled, but he won't turn you down. Ask him discreetly, in passing, how many corves he took from our mines on the feast of Saint Petronella. If my guess is correct, it should be 90. It still doesn't prove anything, but at least it'll give us a clue. You could get something out of the workers. One of them is bound to know something. When you're in the smelting works, keep your eyes peeled. I'm sure something is going on there. Good luck, Henry.
Caramba. Senhora investigação. A gente vai ter que agora arrumar uma roupa da hora, entendeu? Ou seja... totalmente desarmado e eu vou precisar de... tem capuz de nobre, chapeirão de nobre, casaco do comerciante, mas tudo vai ter que estar muito bem colocado, entendeu? Cinto do nobre. Filho do nobre, cinto do nobre. O que mais? Essa luvinha até que dá. Isso dá 25 de carisma. Anel do Golden. Anel da Cruz Dourada, 30 de carisma. Tamo bem. Até que tamo bem. Tamo bem sim. Deixa eu ver se eu tenho coisa de alfaiataria. Eu já pego. Já faço uma bela de uma... arrumação em tudo. A gente vai perguntar para esse cara aqui. Mas antes, tem algum lugar que dê pra gente limpar a roupa? Aqui, ó.
Greetings,
Olá.
Master Buresh. I'm Henry of Scallis.
Nice clothes. You've got good taste.
Thank you, Goodman. Likewise, Christian of Pisek sent me. I'm supposed to give you this letter with his testimonial.
Skalitz, you say? That's where the royal mines are. Am I right?
You are. Unfortunately, the mining has ceased since King Sigismund's attack.
That truly is unfortunate. Christian writes that your family is interested in running a smelter. But I'm not selling any.
Eu quero dar uma olhada, eu quero comprar mesmo assim.
I'd still be interested in buying one. Perhaps I could change your mind.
I doubt it. I'd be a fool to give up a profitable business. But if you like, you can visit one of my operations. I'll allow you that much. With this letter of safe conduct, you'll be able to move around unfettered. The guards will recognize my seal. But I don't want you disturbing the workers with any unnecessary questions. If you want to know anything, ask me.
Can you tell me what happened with the mined ore in the smelting works?
We weigh in the delivered ore and crush it so that it can be sorted for roasting. Roasting mainly separates sulfur from the ore, which is why the place smells like hell itself. Then the roasted material is smelted in the furnace and the slag is separated from the matte. The smelting process is repeated until we're left with pure metal. It's then cast into bars that can be sold. After we've given the royal share to the king, that is.
How many corves of ore do you process here per day?
We don't measure in corves here. I have several ore merchants working for me. They buy ore from various mines. When they deliver it here, we don't measure it by the corf, but weigh by the quintal. We process a large amount here, up to several thousand quintals a day in total.
How much silver does that make?
That, of course, depends on the quality of the ore we process that day. 20 quintals of ore usually yield about a pound of raw silver. That then yields a hryvnia of pure silver. We can make between 100 and 200 hryvnias of pure silver per day.
Can any silver go missing from here?
That's impossible. Everything is carefully weighed and recorded. Every step is counted and checked. Besides, molten silver is rather hard to steal. Once it's cast into bars, we keep them safe under lock and key.
How many corves were delivered from Horshan, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Why from Horshan, of all places?
Eu visitei a mina.
I visited the mine there. They told me they'd extracted quite a large amount.
You're lucky. I have an excellent memory. It was a lot indeed. 90 corves.
God be with you, Goodman.
Don't forget, there are limits to my permission. And above all, mind you don't have an accident. Smelters are dangerous places. Farewell.
Cuidado pra não ter nenhum acidente. Já deu já uma carteirada já. Não faça nada que eu não goste. Não, um acidente vai acontecer com você. Provavelmente aqui. Nesse lugar aqui, ó. Bem, vamos lá. Vamos dar um giro.
What does your job actually entail?
You mean smelting? Well, in the scrusher we scrush the ore brought from the mound and chuck it in the furnace. Then we shovel charcoal until the stone gets proper roasting and leaks all the metal that was hidden inside. We do that over and over in other furnaces till we get pure silver out of the ore.
How do you like working in the smelter?
Aye, can't complain at all, sir. We get a nice pile of chink from the yield and we're dry and warm.
What can you tell me about Master Buresh?
I can't complain about him, sir. He's an honest bloke, and he pays us well. From what I've heard from the other smelters, it's a lot worse elsewhere, like.
Have you noticed anything suspicious around here?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I graft all day. No time for looking around.
Does any silver go missing from here?
Here? In our smelter? That would mean some of our lads are involved, and you get the rope for that. Look, Sonny, I don't want anything to do with this. Have a chat with Shima over there. He's not afraid of anything.
Ok, o Shima.
It's bloody hot. It stinks. I reckon nobody could steal anything from here.
É os fornos, né?
It's bloody hot. It stinks. I reckon nobody could steal anything from here. So this is how they crush ore in bulk. A corf here, a corf there. Now I can see why no one found the large quantity strange.
Porque eles vão juntando tudo. Eles vão juntando tudo e aí então o pessoal que tá aqui não tem noção da quantidade, entendeu? Só o pessoal que recebe. Então quem recebe e controla é que notou que veio carrinho a mais ou entrou só alguns carrinhos e os outros foram para outro canto. Entendeu? Das duas, uma. Você, né?
All the delivered ore is here in one place. Nothing suspicious. It looks like it must be pure silver that's going missing. All the delivered ore is here in one place. Nothing suspicious. It looks like it must be pure silver that's going missing. Are you the fella they call Shima?
You have no business being here. What do you want?
I'm told you know something about the silver that keeps going missing from the smelters.
Me? I don't know what you were told. Meet me outside in a while. Now you'd better get out of here before the guards see you. Fuck. I have to have a pit. You take over here, lads. I'll be right back.
You're always welcome here, noble sir.
Tá. É bom ser nobre, né? Todo mundo te trata bem. Menos os outros nobres. Onde é que você vai? Eu acho que aqui já parou, né? Aqui já parou? Já.
Well, can you talk now?
Who are you, fella?
Henry of Skalitz. Master Buresh sent me.
Master Buresh, you say? And why did he send you? He knows better than anyone. No silver can go missing here, and everything's well guarded.
Actually, I'm here at the behest of Sir Christian. Master Buresh doesn't know about this.
Oh. So it was actually the steward of the mint himself who sent you? The steward of the mint? And why did he send you? Because of a rumor. They say silver keeps going missing from the smelters.
The silver must be going missing from here. I've been tracking it all the way from the mines.
From the mines, you say? Strange. One moment you tell me Burish sent you, the other it's Christian, the steward. Why should I talk to you about such things? How can I know it's not a trap?
Estou dizendo a verdade. Estou fazendo uma pesquisa. Fui incumbido pela nobreza. Fui incumbido pela
I've been
nobreza.
tasked by the nobility, and that's a serious matter. I'm not just anybody. Just the fact that I'm relying on you, a simple smelter, should be an honor to you.
Well, sir, thank you. I'll tell you how it is then. It's Volkmar. He's the head smelter. He's worked with us for years. Recently, he bought stables here in Grund, out of the blue. The entire stables. Where do you think he got the money? It's all very suspicious, because he's the one with the best access to the finished silver bars. If you want to find out where the silver keeps going missing, go to him. I'll bet you he knows a thing or two about it. But be careful, and keep a weapon close. People like him can be vicious.
Thank you.
Bem. Encontre Volkmar. Manter a arma perto. Beleza. Vamos lá. Vamos de cavaleiro. Isso daqui virou... Como fala? Duvido que ele vai estar aqui. Ele vai estar... provavelmente ele vai estar em uma dessas duas casas aqui. Isso daqui virou simulador da Receita Federal. Oh, mas o cara simplesmente pega e... compra... um estábulo de cavalo. Tipo... ninguém vai saber que eu vou ficar rico. Quando eu ficar rico, ninguém vai saber. Vai lá e me compra um estábulo de cavalos. Que lindo. Por que eu tô pesado? Tudo de cavaleiro. Que doideira. Algum buff meu desapareceu. Provavelmente essa criatura deve estar em alguma casa aqui. Mupsa também. É você?
Are you Volkmar?
I'm not.
Horseshit. I know these stables are yours.
You must be the snoop who's sticking his nose in everything.
I beg your pardon?
Well, well, well. Don't think we don't know you've been snooping around. We've had our eyes on you ever since you came to Grund. Fortunately, Master Buresh warned me about you in time. Your investigation ends right here and now.
You shouldn't have stuck your nose in here, pal. Grund is ours.
Take him down.
Sério? Vocês querem atacar um nobre?
You want to attack a nobleman? I suppose you have no idea who's behind me. You won't avoid punishment.
You're really a nobleman? But that's... Oi! Where are you cowards running to? I'll tear you a new arsehole, you fucker!
Tá bem. Nossa, só um golpe de mestre. E o outro já foi ele se cagar.
Now, spill the beans. You're responsible for stealing the king's silver?
Not me. It's Buresh. If I didn't play along with him, I'd lose my job. All my life. It's true. As Volkmar is my name, I swear on everything that's holy.
Conte tudo desde o início.
Take it from the beginning.
As head smelter, I test the quality of the silver that's been smelted every day. I have unrestricted access to it. One day, Buresh came to me and said he had an offer for me. He said if I accepted, he'd make me rich. He gave me his man.
Vamos percebendo.
I'd take some of the king's silver bars and add them to Buresh's yield. The books were cooked, so no one found out anything. Everything was going well, and Buresh was happy. A few weeks later, he sent me to the mines. I was supposed to make a deal with the new foreman, Fett, and pay him off. In the end, I had to force him to cooperate, just like Buresh forced me. Oh, with threats.
Why didn't Buresh take the silver himself? Why did he need you?
The Mint Master's men watch over the transport of the King's silver. They take turns. Buresh had it all figured out.
Aren't you ashamed to steal from the king?
And which king did I steal from exactly? Wenceslas or Sigismund? I didn't care, man. I earned some nice chink, and that was that for me.
Moving on, where does the unreported silver go?
There are mined-out shafts near Old Kutna, where nobody ever goes. Buresh has a secret mint in one of them.
They counterfeit coins in there?
I suppose so. But what they actually do there, I've no idea. I've never been there. Buresh only told me about the mint a while ago. He wanted to send me there for some reason, so he drew me a map.
Did Buresh ever mention that Mint Master Vavak was involved in it?
Not in front of me. Maybe his guard, Little Neri, knew something. But you won't be able to ask him anything anymore.
Give me the map.
Yeah, if you take the road to Old Kutna, you'll reach the place where the abandoned shafts are. The entrance to the mint is somewhere around there. Look here. Can I ask you a question? Why are you doing this anyway?
I'm convinced Mint Master Vavak is somehow involved in the whole affair. I'm looking for proof.
Yeah, I can't help you there. I never heard Buresh say nothing about Vavak. Well, now you have the map, and since I told you everything, will you let me go? Please? I know I wanted to, you know, but I was just scared is all. Please let me go, please. Stables be damned, just let me go.
Passa a grana e vaza.
So pay up, and you'll be free.
Here, take it all. Thank you. I'll go to Kuttenberg and get fixed up there somehow. And if we meet again, I'll make it up to you. I swear, you're a good, merciful man. God be with you.
Vaza. Ou termina de cagar aí. Simples. Termina de cagar aí. Ou seja, os caras tinham todo um esquema. Não. Não. É difícil de encontrar um cavalo com uma velocidade muito boa e uma coisa assim, mal menos. Não. Não. Mas muito menos vigor. Nossa. O cavalo que eu tô é muito melhor. Com certeza, o cavalo que eu tô é muito melhor. Credo. Um dia que eu adquiri esse cavalo, tava bebendo água numa cidade aí. É sério isso? Tá bom. Tá bem.
Show your stuff. Wanker.
Se esses caras não queriam me deixar vir pra cá, tem algum motivo. Tem algum motivo do porquê que eles não estavam querendo. Deixa eu vir pra cá. Tá. Meu negócio. Não. Droga. Vamos lá. Eita, preula.
Look who's here. I knew from the start you didn't come to the works for
Credo.
nothing. But I underestimated you, an embarrassing mistake. I reckoned you wouldn't find anything, and even if you did, little Neri was supposed to get rid of you.
It turned out the other way round.
Congratulations. His wife and children will surely be beside themselves with joy. What to do with you now, snooper? We could come to a reasonable agreement, or underground, no one will hear you scream.
Pô, legal. No espaço ninguém vai ouvir você gritar. Entendeu? Preciso de provas contra
I need
Vavak.
evidence that Ulrich Vavak von Neuhaus is involved in this whole affair.
The Mint Master? That's not true. Wouldn't you rather discuss the price of your silence?
Você... Você não pode me
Can't buy
comprar.
me, Buresh.
That's the wrong answer.
He can't leave here alive. Finish him.
Tá bom.
You wanna try me?
Have you had enough, Buresh?
Mercy! For Christ's sake, mercy!
Underground, no one will hear you scream.
No, please!
Caraca, tá muito
I'll
bizarro
give
isso.
you anything you want. Just let me live.
You know very well what I want from you.
But I really don't know anything.
Stop lying to my face. Out with the truth.
All right. The whole thing was Ulrich's idea. As soon as he became Sigismund's Mint Master, he got cocky and began to abuse his power. He grabbed anything he could get his hands on, took away mining rights from anyone who opposed him. Anyone who wanted to keep his station had to pay him a hefty fee. But that still wasn't enough for him. So he came to me one day with the idea that some of the royal silver might not reach the king at all.
Why did he come to you?
The citizens of Kuttenberg didn't like some blow-in turning up to replace Peter of Pisek, and they were even less happy when he started giving them trouble. He'd have a job finding any allies among them. I'm a stranger here too. I've never had it easy here either. Think what you will, but I like Vavag better than all them Ruthards, Piseks, and the other stuck-up mine-owning lords.
So you agreed to help him?
Did I have any other choice? He'd destroy me and find someone else to run the smelting works. I hate to say it, but he knew who to come to.
Wasn't he afraid of Sigismund?
Sigismund came here for the silver. He doesn't care how it gets to him, as long as it does. He trusts the Mint Master he installed, and he's got no way of knowing something's going missing along the way. Unless someone tells him.
What was his plan?
Surprisingly simple. Bribe anyone who kept records of mining and processing to cook the books. And to keep the Mint Master free of suspicion, he put me in charge of this whole operation. For a tidy pile of coin, of course. In the end, it wasn't even that hard. No one had the slightest problem with earning something on the side of the king's expense. And when somebody got cold feet, we took care of him.
What are you doing with the stolen silver?
Stolen? Such an ugly word. I prefer diverted, undisclosed.
Whatever. What do you do with it?
It's used to mint groschen. Genuine groschen.
Genuine? I don't get it.
It's simple, really. Our coiners work with genuine coin dies. We're producing beautiful, new, and especially clean groschen. No one can tell they're not from the Italian court.
Então não é falsa. Eles basicamente fazem todo o processo aqui de maneira clandestina à parte. Com tudo original. Já que o próprio mestre da moeda pega e fornece as coisas originais para eles. A única diferença da grana que eles fazem para as outras é que a grana que eles fazem não está sendo feita no lugar onde deveria.
About the evidence.
Yes?
I need some proof in my hands. Something that proves Vavak's involvement in the scheme beyond
Você tá muito Batman na escuridão.
And I can count on you to make sure my name is never mentioned? Will you give me your word?
You have my word. I won't blackmail you.
I'm glad to hear that. Here's the key to the chest. You'll find everything you need there. It's behind that door, in the coiner's room. The key to it is right here on the table. You'd better not talk to the coiners. They're an odd bunch.
Is that all?
Aye. Everything.
I'm sure you have something else. Don't tell me you and Vavak didn't exchange letters, for instance.
You must be the devil himself. Here it is. But I'd appreciate it if you kept it to yourself. I'll be on my way. I won't say it was nice to meet you, because that wouldn't be true. I hope we never see each other again.
Igualmente. Será um prazer garantir esse. Já que a gente já tá meio dark aqui.
Likewise.
Só vai, vaza. Eu ia, não é mais. Deixa. Cadê o outro? Foram 3 pra vala. Cadê? Ué, deve estar aqui em algum lugar. Ah, chave da casa de cunhagem secreta.
What were you doing? Now you've minted it all crooked.
You're always welcome here, noble sir.
I'm here to help you.
What are you doing here?
Get out of here. If the guards catch you, there'll be trouble.
Ah, já teve confusão já.
I took care of them.
What about Master Buresh? He was here with them just a while ago.
I talked to Buresh. I reckon he'll be on his way now, heading somewhere far, far away.
What?
I came to get evidence against Mint Master of Vavak. Where can I find it?
There are some books in that chest over there, but it's locked. And only Master Buresh has the keys.
Leave that to me. I still need the genuine coin die from you. It's another piece of evidence.
Everything we do here is clean. Completely.
Except you're minting using stolen silver.
How are we to know where it comes from? It's none of our business.
We're just pawns. We're not hurting anybody.
Nobody's saying any different. Like I said, I'm here to free you. The guards are dead. You're free to leave.
Hang on, that's...
It's just the books you're after, isn't it? Well, so take them and go.
We won't tell nobody nothing. We never saw you here.
Tell me more about this place.
I don't know if we can.
Look, he made it this far. I reckon he knows more than we do anyway.
You're probably right. Well, what do you want to know?
Tudo.
How did you end up here?
Through our own stupidity.
We used to work in the mint in the Italian court. Then, one time, we got a bit drunk on the job.
Well, more than a bit.
And the foreman got pissed off and sacked us.
But then, the mint master himself came to us and offered us a job on the side. He said we'd work somewhere else, for him. And so, here we are.
Who's in charge here?
The mint is run by Master Buresh and his people. Especially that big fella. What's his name? Neri?
They're the ones that bring us food and drink. But other than that, the mint master runs this place personally. He visits every week, a friendly bloke. Always asks us if we need anything.
We're well taken care of.
Why are they keeping you here?
Well, it's not that we can't leave exactly.
It's just discouraged. It was pretty dangerous around here, what with the bandits and the like.
Don't you miss the world above? Sunshine, daylight?
Not really. Come to think of it, we've got everything we need down here.
They even brought some wenches here for us once. But I'm not really into that, anyway.
We've got plenty of food and drink, and good drink at that.
And coin. When they let us go, we'll be rolling in it.
Nossa. Muita inocência, não tem como. Da casa já foi tudo.
Why don't you want to leave?
We're just supposed to stay here.
And we're told not to go far. The mint master would be angry.
Ele já vai cair já. Eu já dei um jeito nos guardas. Eu vou cuidar dele.
I'll take care of Vavag. You have my word. With the evidence I'll bring against him, he'll be finished. When I'm done with him, you'll be the last thing on his mind.
You reckon it's really safe that we could go up top?
I'm sure of it.
So, if he says the guards are gone,
then we could... What do you think?
I don't know. I can't believe it.
Me neither. We're really...
Free! We're free!
Free!
Vocês estão livres. Tchau. Groschen. Caraca. Ah, eu vou pegar tudo que tem aqui. Tô nem aí. Opa, Salvador, registro, pólvora de chumbo fragmentada. Eu acho que eu já tenho já. Caramba, eu tô com muita grana. Muita grana mesmo. Tenho aqui e eu tenho aqui. Será que aqui, por aqui dá pra sair? É, por aqui dá pra sair. É por aqui a gente chega no lugar onde a gente veio. Eu vou pegar e vamos embora. Vamos lá que eu tenho que voltar. Oi.
I got the evidence against Mint Master Vavak.
Really? Let me see.
Here. His handwritten records of the whole scheme.
There are names, amounts paid, mines, smelting works, yields. I'll be damned. This is perfect, Henry. This could wipe him out for good. Where did you find this?
Vavak had a secret mint where coins were minted from the silver they stole. That's where he kept the books.
He obviously had it all worked out to the last detail. Remarkable. Did you have any trouble getting it?
I had a bit of a disagreement with the guards, so I killed them.
Sacre! Well, I suppose it was to be expected someone would be guarding the secret mint. I hope that's all that happened.
No. That's all.
Thank God. There's one more thing. Was there anyone else in that mint?
Haviam trabalhadores
There were
aprisionados.
some coiners being held prisoner.
Jesus Christ! Held prisoner!
Vavak locked them up there to work for him.
My God! He really is an unscrupulous monster. Did you let them out?
I did, but it took some persuading. They were afraid.
Thank God for that. When you talked to them, did you see a coin die anywhere?
They gave it to me quite willingly.
I'm curious. Let me see.
Here.
What the? It's genuine! That means all the groschen minted from the silver stolen by Vavak are absolutely clean. In any case, we uncovered something big, Henry. But I'm afraid no matter what Master Buresh told you at the mint, no one will believe us.
Luckily, I've got this. A letter from Vavak to Master Buresh. He actually gave it to me willingly, for letting him go.
This really is the last piece of the mosaic. But be that as it may, we know enough. I've been thinking it all over while you were gone. The scheme Master Ulrich Vavak von Neuhaus has been running under our nose is incredibly insolent. But it's also one of the cleverest fraudulent schemes I've ever heard of. With those books in Ruthards' hands, Vavak won't remain long in his post, and it's now pretty clear who will replace him. And a side income like that could prove useful to many people, if you take my meaning.
O único erro foi o cara ter, como fala, foi o cara ter ostentado. A gente já sabia quem ia correr atrás. E ele partiu pra cima em vez de dar um jeito de, como fala, de ludibriar.
I'm listening.
I knew you'd understand. Everything would stay the same. Entering false figures in the books, processing the ore in the works, a secret mint. Only there would be a change in management. I'll have to find replacements for Fett and Hammond in the mines. But that shouldn't be difficult. A miner jumps at coin like a dog at a bone.
What happened to Herman and Fett?
Not long after you left, Herman disappeared. They saw him on the road to Grunt, and they found Fett on the spoil tip with a broken neck.
You think it's related?
Who knows? Maybe Herman told someone you were snooping around and that Fett talked. Things like that can get you killed.
Shit.
They're both gone, and now I have to deal with it. I'll have to arrange a deal with Master Buresh. But knowing him, he won't be opposed to a reasonable agreement. And I'll take care of the coiners myself. Nothing really changes for you. You can blackmail Vavak all you want, but keep your tongue tied about the whole scheme. I've got a little something here for you, as a bonus. And I'll give you something extra for the genuine coin die. All you have to do is nod.
Se você for parar pra pensar que essa prata na verdade é do Venceslau e o Sigmund tá roubando pra ele, entendeu? Que essa prata não é dele. Então a gente roubando a prata do... Quer dizer, esse pessoal roubando a prata do Sigismund tá roubando também do Venceslau, mas tecnicamente tá prejudicando o Sigismund, que é exatamente quem a gente quer prejudicar. Então...
Excellent. You won't regret it, but don't forget. You can blackmail Vavak with the evidence all you want, but leave the path of silver to me. Here's your secret records and copies of the books from the mines and the smelting works for comparison.
Thank you.
No, thank you. It was a pleasure working with you, Henry. I wish you the best of luck. Maybe we'll see each other again. And give my regards to Sir Kunzling. It'll be a great weight off his chest.
Via Argentum. Conclua a investigação. Consiga provas contra Vavak. Missão principal concluída. E agora tem saindo sem dizer tchau. Apresente-se a Ruthards. Ou seja, agora iniciaria a próxima missão. A próxima missão principal. Eu vou dar uma olhada antes de ir para a próxima missão principal. Eu vou dar uma olhada se a gente tem... Putz, tem coisa nova aqui em Bailani. E eu quero dar uma olhada aqui se eu consigo falar. Nossa, tem 5, surgiu mais um. Tem alguma coisa aqui que surgiu extra. Esses dois aqui, esse daqui é pro torneio. Esse daqui tá bugado. Eu já tentei falar com ele, não dá mais pra falar com ele. Nem dá pra falar com ele. E tem, acho que uma missão nova aqui em Bilani. Então eu vou em Bilani ver essa missão. Vou dar uma olhada nessa missão nova que apareceu lá com os carinha. Cadê o Lepek?
Greetings. What do you need?
Do you need help with anything? I'm looking for work.
I don't. But if you're not afraid of hard labor, try asking at the mill. The miller always needs help. Anyway, old Markow's got other things to grind besides flour at the moment.
What do you mean?
Rumour has it some strumpet shacked up with him. We haven't seen hide nor hair of him since.
Keeping his nose to a different grindstone then?
You could say that. As they say, if you want to see an old man act the fool, give him a young woman.
How do I get to the mill?
Head southwest till you reach the river. Then follow it upstream. It's a huge mill in the middle of nowhere. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
Farewell, sir.
Que doideira. Moer outra coisa sem ser farinha. Onde que fica? Ah, fica nesse moinho aqui que é... Eu já vim pra cá. Eita. Que aconteceu?
Oh my God, thank you.
Nossa, tá muito escuro.
Said he was fetching an axe. You have to help me.
Ah, o que aconteceu aqui?
Hold on. Calm down. What happened here?
The miller, that old beast. He's always been nasty to me, but now he started beating me too. So I said I was leaving him. I told him anywhere would be better than here.
And he locked you up?
He said the only place I'd be going would be 6 feet under.
Credo.
Damn, that's terrible.
Please, talk to him. He'll listen to a proper man. I'm too scared of him.
All right, I will. Where can I find him?
There's a shed behind the mill with wood in it. He must have gone there to get the axe.
Stay here. I'll go and look for him.
Thank you. And be careful.
Donzela em perigo. Atividade ou missão? Não sei, mas é donzela em perigo. Que merda que tá acontecendo? Onde é que eles estão? Ué? Nossa, é igualzinho a casa do outro. Ué. Deus, cara. É aqui mesmo. Procura o moleiro pela cabana. É aqui mesmo. Ué, eu não achei não. Será que não é outra? Ô caramba. Vai. Tem uma cabaninha aqui. Acho que deve ser aqui.
No one here. I hope I didn't miss him. I'll have to get back.
Hey, what are you doing? I reckon you're just who we're looking for. What are you doing here?
I've come for the girl who's been locked up here. But now I see she's scarpered.
What do you know about this?
She said the miller here was beating her and wanted to kill her.
You what?
She was beside herself with fear. If I hadn't helped her, she'd have lost her mind by now.
You idiot. That bitch was stealing from me. I locked her in there while I fetched the guard. Not so I could kill her.
Well, that was easier than I expected. The wicked girl got away, and the young man here helped her to escape. So, either you pay for what she stole, or I'll personally clap you in the stocks.
Você tá me zoando? Eu não.
Hey, hold on. Wait. Do you mean to say that helping someone, out of ignorance, granted, but in good faith, is worthy of punishment?
Well, I suppose...
Good faith or not, it's your fault.
Well, perhaps one day, when you yourself are in trouble, you'll need someone like me to come along and help you.
I don't give a shit. She took all my money.
Just wait a moment.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me that little prick's talked you round.
She used him, just as she used you.
So she's going to get away with it, all because she knows how to twist fellas around her finger.
Don't worry, I'll catch her. I know what she looks like. I'll ask around the village. Maybe someone's seen her. She can't have got far. The laddie is right. He only wanted to help. I can't arrest him for that.
And what the hell am I supposed to do now?
Stay here in case she shows up again.
Kurva.
As for you, you may have got off this time, but in future, think with your head and not your balls when you next see a pretty woman. Farewell.
Ah, vocês estão zoando comigo. Donzela em perigo. Atividade concluída. A louca simplesmente meteu um migué aqui e enganou todo mundo. Loucona. Ok. Vamos vir pra cá agora.
Greetings, sir. What would you like?
Chenyek said you might have some work on the side for me.
Sure. You did a pretty good job last time. I'll give you that. So, I think you can be trusted.
So, do you have something?
You know the rules. If I tell you about it, you can't back out.
Tudo bem.
I know how it is. I'll do it.
Good. But there's a catch. It's not dangerous, it's just not for the faint of heart. You see, a certain mine owner recently kicked the bucket, and we need to bring him back to life. That Hanneman rot may have been a cunt, but he sure was rich, and above all, childless. So, by law, the church, the city, and that Hungarian horse son Sigismund will all get a share of his property.
And what do you want me to do?
Fortunately, Rot was vain enough to be buried in a tomb with his rings, and more importantly, his seal. Now do you get it?
Ah, I understand. The guild could use the seal to conclude a few interesting binding contracts, eh?
Most astute. Exactly so. Bring me the seal, and whatever else you find on the way is yours. Corpses can always be difficult, so if you want any good luck charms, just say so.
Ok, além do túmulo.
Where is the dead mine owner's tomb?
Right in the Sedlet's graveyard in the underground ossuary. Just look for a freshly bricked hole in the wall. It might be marked with something.
What does the seal look like?
Nothing special. Just a bronze seal on a neck chain.
Good. Now I know everything.
So, break a leg, brother.
Tell me more about these thieves' charms.
One couldn't get by without them in our profession. You can usually buy them cheap from an executioner or knacker, since they're the only ones who can cut into corpses. Fingers, hair, veins, teeth, and fingernails. They're all good if you want to be lucky and not get caught red-handed.
Do you have one of those thieves' charms for good luck?
Naturally. Tried and true. Yours for a few groschen.
Fine. I'll buy it.
By all means. Here it is. May it serve you well.
Cabelo de carrasco. Aliás, o que mais você... O que mais você vende? Chapéu redondo, anel de prata, vende carne, coisinha, poções. Opa! Aí sim, eu tô com... Nossa, eu tô com grana pra caramba. É que eu fui fazendo muitas pessoas dormirem nos meus caminhos, entendeu? Aí... Pronto. Ótimo, peguei uma quest. Muito que bem. Você... Não dá pra falar, ó, tá vendo? O ícone tá bem em cima dele. Ele é de nova missão. Só que não dá pra falar com ele, entendeu? É a mesma coisa que aconteceu com o outro carinha. Lá o estalajadeiro. A gente pegou aquela missão dos mineradores. Simplesmente não dá pra falar com eles. E a outra é de desafiar o cara. Entendeu? Só que eu tentei conversar com ele e não... Como fala? E não lutei de novo. E também é só mais uma luta, entendeu? Não, você é para jogar dados. Ou seja... Aqui agora... eu não quero desafiar de novo o mais dentes na bolsa. Entendeu? Esse mais dentes na bolsa eu não vou desafiar de novo, não. E esse pedágio ainda tá bugado lá. Então sei lá se vai dar. Essas duas vão ficar pra depois. Mas encontre o selo no túmulo.
Fresh plaster, cross on the wall. That'll be it.
Caraca, bota direita, botão banhada prata, crucifixo pequeno.
Damn, the seal isn't here. Somebody got here before me. I'll have to go pay a visit to the local gravedigger.
Tá, a gente vai ter que sair daqui agora. A única saída é por aqui.
I'm interested in that recent funeral of the rich mine owner, Hanneman Ross.
Yeah, and what's it got to do with me? He's dead. His team's in the ossuary.
And you don't know anything about the looting of the tomb?
God, no, nothing. He's dead, buried, and the work is paid for. I don't know anything else.
Fine.
Meu Deus.
We'll let it be, gravedigger. I want to ask you about that tomb.
God, again?
Fine. We'll let it be, gravedigger.
Caraca.
Take care, friend.
Ah, o cara não quer falar nada.
Come on now.
Ah, o cachorro. Meu, esse cara não ajuda em nada. Sinto muito. É o Henry do primeiro jogo surgindo. É o Henry do primeiro jogo surgindo. Ah, o cara só, como fala? Só fez merda pra gente até agora. Só mandou a gente a merda e tirou reputação. Ele que se dane. É aí que eu tô em um local privado. Tô pouco me lixando pra esse merda. Ah, ele me irritou. Toda vez que eu vim pra cá ele falou um monte de bosta. Ele não me trata bem. Ele também não vai precisar dessas coisas. Cura de veneno. E outro, eu aposto que ele rouba os cadáveres. Carne de cachorro defumada. Carne de cavalo seca. Tem coisa aqui no teto. Certeza que eu tô no lugar certo.
Damn. Charles from the dead.
Que merda é essa?
There's no seal here.
Meu, que itens esquisitos. Credo, que horror. Faça uma busca na casa do coveiro. É que eu tô fazendo busca. Meu, é muito esquisito. Ah, eu já peguei o selo já. Nossa, nem percebi que eu já peguei o selo. Pô, ele tava com uns itens bizarros. Selo do dono dos postos. Ah, eu já peguei o selo do dono dos postos. Eu peguei na roupa dele. Eu ainda procurei na casa dele. Não, aqueles selos ali eram muito esquisitos. Tinha umas coisas que eu não posso nem falar. Eu, hein? Quer saber? Eu fiz bem, hein? Ter dado uma eliminação no cara. Fiz muito bem.
If you're gonna yell at each other, do it somewhere else.
Dela. Ah, ela tá aqui.
Greetings. Do you need something?
Trouxe o selo.
Found the seal of the dead mine owner, Rot. Here it is.
Very good, brother. Very good. Did you have any trouble?
Just a minor inconvenience. The grave had already been looted when
pelo
I got
cara,
there,
entendeu?
so I had no choice but to find and rob the thief. But I'll keep his name to myself. At any rate, the gravedigger now has a good reason to brick up the tomb again.
See how my charm protected you. Things could have also taken a nasty turn.
What will you do with the seal now?
I'll put it to good use, of course. But that's my concern. The guild thanks you. Now that cunt Sigismund and his councillors won't get a single groschen from Rot's will.
I'm glad to hear that.
If you're interested in some more work, or would like to learn something, you know where to find me.
Bom saber. Tem mais
Do you have
algum
any more
trabalho?
work on the side for me?
Good thing you asked, brother. I've got a hot tip that could be worth your while. But you know how it goes. No job can be taken for certain.
By all means, continue. I'll do it.
There's a German innkeeper by the name of Bakervetz. That cunt backed Sigismund and is thick as thieves with his councillors.
I don't know him or the tavern.
Word has it, he didn't come by that tavern in the most honourable of ways. They say he got the coin for it by stealing with a pack of bandits. And not just that, they say the rest of his stolen treasure is hidden in the cellar under the tavern.
O tesouro dos germânicos. Interessante.
But a little sketchy.
Sketchy or not, makes no difference. We can't risk Bakervetz cutting a cut of our pie. Get into the cellar and steal everything you can get your hands on. Just to let the innkeeper know, the guild has its fingers everywhere. Go ahead and sell the items, so you get something out of it. This time we don't care about them.
Very well. I'll pay a little visit to Bakervetz.
If you don't know where to dump the stuff, I know a place. Innkeeper Helga in Zurich knows a trafficker. Go and talk to her to make arrangements. The password is Big-Eyed Monkey.
Macaco olhudo.
Where is that tavern?
Not the tavern, the cellar beneath it. It's in the Italian quarter by the big church.
What exactly should I search for in that cellar?
I don't know. A hiding place or locked chests? Anything interesting.
Where should I ask about the trafficker?
At my friend Helga's. She runs Zur Eiche Tavern in Old Kutner.
Fine. I'm off.
É macaco olhudo, né?
You shouldn't get so hammered. Better to order a big-eyed monkey.
Tem uns
got some
amuletos
good
pra
luck
vender.
charms for sale here.
Damn. Where did you get all that? And what do you want to do with them?
I thought you might be interested.
Do you have more of them?
No, just this one. So, do you want it?
And the price?
Pode ser isso aí mesmo.
Good. Thanks, brother.
Esses
You've made
amuletos
a
são muito
good
esquisitos, eu não quero essas
deal.
coisas não. Eu, hein?
I'd like to learn something.
And what would you like?
Tudo.
Maps of hiding places. Bakervet's really was involved in some shady business. A damaged statuette of St. Mary Magdalene. Certainly stolen. The question is, why did Bakervet keep it? God, a wedding dress. And with old dried bloodstains. Could it be some secret murder?
Vou falar com o cara? Tá bom. Ninguém sabe de nada, ninguém viu nada. Não? Cadê o cara?
Herzlich willkommen. What do you need?
Ah, tá, me mandou
I
falar
have
com
some
você.
hot goods for you.
Was?
Rat sent me to you.
I don't buy any rodents. Wouldn't you rather have something to drink?
Macaco olhudo.
I'll have a big-eyed monkey.
Verstehe. And who are you looking for, mein Freund?
I had a chance to get to know innkeeper Bakervet's a little better. He had a few interesting items hidden in the cellar.
A few rags and a piece of rusty scrap metal. And Red told you I know where to sell this stuff.
She just told me the password. Nothing about the middleman.
Na prächtig. That is the agreement. But this junk is worthless.
Nossa.
Bakervetz has influential friends among the Kuttenberg councillors. The Guild will do well to have some dirt on him.
Gut, you have recht. But if I don't like it, we're done.
Ah, vai nisso mesmo.
Gut, abgemacht. Here's the money. Stop by once you have something better for sale, mein Freund.
O tesouro dos
What's new
germânicos.
around here?
Gott sei mit dir. Und
Não tem nada. Beleza. O tesouro dos germânicos. Terminamos. Aliás, aqui tem minha cama, né? Eu já vou aproveitar e já vou dormir já.
Over here.
Oi. De onde você me conhece? O que você
What is
quer?
it you want?
You must be Henry.
Yes,
Uhum.
I am.
I've got a message from Master Chenyek for you. Go and see him in the Ole as soon as you can.
What does he want?
Well, I don't know. I was just told to find you and give you the message.
Caraca, você me achou, hein? Missão secundária iniciada. A Centelha. Caraca, ele me achou mesmo, hein? Vamos lá. Vamos pra lá. Olá.
I'm here. I'm sure you have another job for me.
I do, but not just any job. Dies Irae is upon us. We'll finally hit Sigismund where it hurts the most. We'll cut off the flow of silver into his purse.
Sounds like you want to shut down his mines.
Aye, that's exactly what I'm planning to do. Well, what we're planning. And you'll be the most important figure on the board.
What do you mean?
As you already found out, the flow of silver is the reason why Sigismund laid siege to the city. If we take that reason away from him, he'll have no choice but to leave.
If you put it simply like that, I reckon you're right.
Can I count on you?
Aren't you afraid of the gallows?
What's one human life compared to the importance of saving the entire kingdom? Someone would have to rat us out, and I don't think any one of us would do such a thing.
How do you want to do it?
With the combination of modern science and some good old hellfire.
Could you be a little less cryptic?
We're going to blow the place sky high.
Why me?
Eita preula.
You're reliable, Henry. You've proven yourself. Besides, I've heard you've been down in a mine already. It won't be anything new to you.
I still don't exactly know what it is you want me to do.
Do you know what black powder is?
I've had the pleasure. A lot of smell, smoke, and noise.
1 barrel should be more than enough for our purposes.
A whole barrel?
We need to collapse the adits, and to be sure it'll work. Your job will be to get your hands on the powder and bring it to the mine.
You can count on me. Do you know where I could start?
I know exactly where. Ask the gun forger, Eldris. He's one of the Kuttenberg councillors, and one of Sigismund's men. If there's anyone that knows where to get black powder, it'd be him. Wouldn't it be the irony of fate that the one behind Sigismund's fall will be one of his allies?
Getting the information out of him won't be easy. But we'll see.
I'm sure you'll figure it out. And remember, I don't want to see any needless violence and bloodshed. We're trying to overthrow a tyrant, but not stain ourselves with mortal sin.
Don't worry. I'm no butcher.
As soon as you have the barrel, head straight to the mine. Goliath and Hogg will be waiting for you at the camp near the entrance. Oh, and before I forget, here's a few groschen. Hopefully they'll make your search a bit easier. Farewell, good sir.
Ótimo. De onde que fica esses, como fala? Esses gatos. Pergunte a Eldrix onde ele conseguiu. Escute as ordens de Ziska, opcional. As ordens de Ziska. Cadê Ziska? Mas Ziska não tá aqui. O que foi?
Well, I reckon you got a better offer for me again.
You're damn right. And not just any offer. So keep your voice down, in case anyone's listening.
Tell me, then.
You've been here for some time now, so I'm sure you've noticed Chenyek is, well, you know.
A good leader?
Yeah, right. Chenyek is a weakling, and too careful for his own good. Always babbling about his ideals, telling our fellas they can't do this and that's not appropriate.
The Guild isn't supposed to be a band of killers and thieves. It's about a greater purpose.
Bullshit! Chenyek's the only one that cares about noble causes. The rest of us
Só porque
are
você
here
não
because we
liga.
die on our own. Unless we start bringing in a lot more
Não quer
money,
dizer que os outros
we'll
não
all
liguem.
starve to death anyway. Chenyek is dragging us down.
Não
I
conte
don't like where
comigo.
you're going with this. You better stop before it's too late.
Easy now, friend. I was just kidding. You didn't really think I meant it, did you? Let's just go our separate ways and forget this ever happened, eh?
You better not fuck with me, Knuckles.
Já percebi que esse cara é treta. Escuta as ordens do Ziska, mas esse não é o Ziska. Tá doido?
Chenyek, I've got something important to tell you. And it's not good.
The innkeep's got into the wine again? You've got to be kidding.
This is serious. It's about Knuckles.
Oh, what did he come up with this time?
He wants you dead. He even asked if I'd be the one to do it.
And? Will you?
Claro que
Of
não.
course not.
I'm glad that you told me, and that you didn't actually consider doing it.
What are you gonna do?
Me and the fellas will go and have a serious talk with Knuckles, then show him the way out of the city. I'm not a traitor like he is, so I'll let him leave on his own. Farewell, my friend.
Já avisei mesmo. Quero que ele se dane. Ah, esse merda, ele quer fazer muita merda. Tô nem aí. Ah, nossa, o cara tá aqui.
Greetings. Good day.
Ah, já foi de noite.
Willkommen. Such dir was aus. Was wünschst du, mein Freund?
Primeiro, você conserta alguma coisa? Ah, ele conserta a bombarda que eu nunca usei na minha vida. Você é o mestre
If I
cineiro.
understand correctly, you mainly make bells?
Ja, genau. Are you in the market for one? Or why do you ask?
I'd be more interested in a gun.
Ich verstehe. There's a lot of talk about hot pieces right now, eh? But I have to warn you, they do not exactly come cheap. Andererseits, with a gun from me, you can be sure it will not go off in deinem Gesicht.
I'm interested in bronze casting. I'm originally a blacksmith, after my father.
Warum nicht? And you have never seen a foundry, lad?
Well, they cast a church bell in the Sasau monastery once. But what's that compared to your gunpowder bombard?
And yet it is nämlich the same concept. But it's a new era. Mein Vater cast bells for angelic choirs, and I cast guns for hellish blasts.
Are you Eldris, the gun forger?
Yeah, that's me. What is it you need?
I'm looking for black powder, a whole barrel. Can you help me?
Wait. Ein ganzes Fass? Forget about it. I would only sell something like that to one of my verified customers. In this case, that would be the town garrison or the King Sigismund himself.
Are you one of their messengers?
Será que dá?
I'm here on behalf of the great King Sigismund of Luxembourg himself.
Good, good. Do you have a letter of assignment?
Of course I do. Stop wasting my time. You wouldn't want to keep Sigismund waiting, would you?
Nicht das, no. I would be happy to oblige the king if I could, but even my supply is not infinite. Unfortunately, I don't have any black powder right now. The last shipment went to the royal encampment near the city.
Isn't there anyone else who makes black powder?
Definitely not here in the city. Es gäbe dann einen Weg, but you cannot tell anyone I told you.
Go on then. My lips are sealed.
Meu Deus, deu certo isso.
Whisker of Colin also supplies black powder to the camp. Ist eine glitschige Schlange, aber that is of no importance to you. More importantly, Whisker drives his wagon north from Colin through Bohunowitz towards the military encampment with a powder in tow. If he were to lose it, he would be in großen Schwierigkeiten.
Olha.
And I'd have my powder.
Exactly. But like I said, you didn't hear it from me.
Não.
You can count on me. Thanks for the help.
Não sabe esperar na fila, não? Ridículo.
Excuse me?
Ó, fila, fila.
Put that away. Let him go. I'll kill you.
No! You murderer!
Bem, vamos lá. Ele disse que não queria violência, mas ele não precisa ficar sabendo. Na verdade. Leve o barril para os membros da guilda. Bem, ninguém ficou sabendo. Ó que lindo. Tá tudo lindo, tá tudo maravilhoso. É. Agora a gente volta. Ah, é aqui. Tá, se a gente vai vir para cá, então eu vou vir aqui para me lavar.
I'm here. I've got to say, that barrel sure gets heavy.
Great work. We're all ready and waiting for you.
I came as fast as I could. Getting your hands on something like this isn't easy. They guard it closer than silver.
But you did it. Now we just have to wait for nightfall.
What's the plan?
As soon as darkness falls, I'll send out some fellas to cause a commotion on the other side of the mine. Then we'll carry the barrel inside and bang!
What do you mean by commotion?
We need to lure away the workers and guards. The fellas on the other side will start a fire, so that everyone wants to put it out.
I've got a feeling that carrying the barrel down into the mine will be my job, won't it?
Exactly. Chenyek said you've come across it before, so you know what kind of damage it can cause. But don't worry, we'll mark the exact spot for you. But I'll tell you about that later.
I'll wait until the evening here with you.
Make yourself comfortable. Have a cup of wine.
Caramba, é coisado mesmo, entendeu?
It's time. While we were waiting, Hog went to prepare that little surprise of ours. If I'm not mistaken, he did it. The others are stirring up a panic in the meantime. The miners have already gone to put out the fire with the guards, so we'll have the whole mine to ourselves.
Great. So what am I supposed to do?
You're in charge of the best part. You'll carry the barrel into the mine shaft, to where the main supports are. There should be a red rag hanging from one of the beams. That's exactly where the best spot is.
Christ, how the hell am I supposed to find that?
Head straight, then right at the wheelbarrow. You'll manage. Then you'll light the barrel and run for your life. The whole thing will collapse like a house of cards.
What'll happen if I don't make it in time?
You'll save on a coffin and a gravedigger.
Credo.
You've just got to make it.
All right. Well, wish me luck. I've got a feeling I'm gonna need it.
Just don't dawdle. Everyone's in a panic for now because nobody knows what's actually on fire, but it won't last for long. I'll come with you to the adit and keep an eye out, just in case. Come on now, let's move. With me, move it. It won't be putting out the fire forever.
Tá. Bem, vamos lá. Vamos. Aqui mesmo.
There's no time for
É aqui mesmo. Então vamos lá.
Where now?
Ai, meu Deus.
I've definitely been this way already. I've definitely been this way already.
Esse aqui.
There's the beam with the rag on it. That
Now to get out of here. Quick.
Rápido, 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 rápido.
I should get a move on.
Meu Deus, socorro. Ué, cadê minha tocha? Você tá me zoando? Nossa, eu usei a minha tocha. Ele usou a tocha pra acender o bagulho.
It'll blow any moment now. Dopradelle, I'm running out of time.
Vai, meu filho, foge, 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 foge. Foge! Nossa, como eu sobrevivi a isso? Eu pensei que eu tinha morrido.
Let's say you cut it down close. Good thing I was there and dragged you back to camp. You owe me an ale. Each and every one of you.
You've got it. Just as soon as we get back to the hole. Now what's all this?
He doesn't give a damn anyway. In the name of His Majesty King Wenceslas, you're all under arrest for crimes against the crown.
You say Wenceslas, but mean Sigismund, you dirty rat. It's too late. It's all over.
We got held up by the fire. It's a miracle nobody lost their life. But as I can see, there were much worse things going on. Now hand over your weapons and surrender.
Are you fucking shitting me? Surrender? Never!
This is your last chance. Surrender or die. If you value your lives, you'll pack up and leave. We've got more of those powder barrels. One more step, and we'll all blow up sooner than you could say amen.
Kurva! Are you out of your mind?
Try me.
To hell with all of you. This isn't over. Let's go, fellas.
My God, Henry. I didn't expect that of you. You saved our bacon.
We probably shouldn't stay here for much longer.
You're right. Let's get out of here.
Caraca.
My friend, you have no idea how glad I am to see you. Have a seat over here. Let's drink to our success. It's on me.
I'd be a fool to refuse that.
Cheers, Henry. Oh, we couldn't have done it without you.
Don't mention it. We've all got the same goals.
But not all of us are willing to sacrifice something to achieve them. If it wasn't for you, I'd never have discovered that snake that's been hiding in our guild for so long. I'm sure Knuckles would have tried to tilt the whole operation in his favor.
What happened to him?
Our brothers and sisters took care of him. The guild has been cleansed, and all thanks to you.
Aye.
He got what he deserved.
I believe every person is good at their core. It's their circumstances that make them evil. We can judge actions, but not merits. But enough philosophical disputations. To your health, and to the Guild of Gutenberg.
To the health of good King Wenceslas, and all those faithful to him.
May all traitors burn in hell, and the world be brought together once more under the banner of unity. May the rotten church burn down, along with all its gluttonous prelates. May the peasants rise up like a storm and wash away all that should have been washed away long ago. May the kingdom of Christ arise and last 1,000 years.
O que você vai fazer agora?
What now? Will you continue doing what you've done until now?
Once I celebrate what we accomplished here, I'll leave to the countryside for a few weeks. I'd like to spread the word of God among the farmers there.
Aren't there priests enough?
Fuck the priests. What good ever came from them? I want to spread the true word of God, just as our Lord did before the Pharisees had him crucified.
What'll happen with the guild now?
We'll hold off on any major operations for a few weeks, until all the buzz surrounding the mines dies down. Smaller actions against Sigismund's people in the city will carry on, because they continue to be disgustingly rich. But it'd be best to wait before we do anything bigger again.
Aren't you worried we'll be followed now? Sigismund will surely want revenge for the collapsed mine.
Where there's no evidence, there's no culprit. Eldris would put himself at risk if he talked about where he got the powder. And besides Knuckles, I vouch for every one of the guildsmen.
Even on the torture rack?
Hopefully it won't come to that. And besides, Sigismund has plenty of other things to worry about.
Thank you, Chenyak, but I have to get going.
This isn't farewell for long. Until Sigismund and his army leave this place, we'll continue to make plans against him. We just have to lay low for a while.
Of course. Keep your heads down. But my task isn't over yet.
And I wish you the best of luck, Henry. You're capable of great things.
A Centelha terminada. Com isso, nós vamos vir direto agora pra cá. Vamos fazer um pouquinho de missão principal. Porque o que a gente mais tem é mais pancadaria se a gente quiser, mas eu não quero. Essa daqui tá bloqueada, então agora a gente vai fazer as missões principais e se tiver, pelo que eu tô vendo aqui, essa daqui tá bugada, tá? Esse símbolo aqui. E tem o torneio que a gente pode ficar participando eternamente, mas o torneio é meio repetitivo e eu não vou postar aqui, entendeu? Diferente do 1 que eu postei o torneio porque tinha o objetivo de 4 peças do Dileipa, né? Porque era DLC. Mas o torneio aqui não tem muito objetivo não, é só ficar enfrentando e ganhando prêmio. Com isso, eu acho que toda a leva de missão secundária que dá pra fazer até o momento, já foi. Com isso, eu vou fazer agora aquilo que eu já fiz no primeiro ato. Vou seguir com as missões principais e se tiver missões secundárias, elas vão ser feitas no meio das principais, tá? Exatamente como eu fiz agora. Então, vamos lá falar com os Ruthards. Mas antes, tem um troféu muito bizarro. Muito bizarro. Até porque a gente tem um final alternativo pra quest que a gente acabou de fazer.
Are you right in the head?
Eu disse que seria explosivo, principalmente esse troféu. Sim, é um troféu. É um troféu bem bizarro, que basicamente você tem que pegar o barril de pólvora e tacar no fogo e morrer. Que lindo, né? Fazer o quê? Mas enfim, explosões à parte, pratas à parte. Agora a gente vai prosseguir só com as missões principais. Se tiver missões secundárias no meio delas, vão ser feitas no meio delas. Quase como foi feito nesse episódio aqui. E a gente precisa, é claro, resgatar a nossa princesa Peach da era medieval. Só que só no próximo episódio eu espero vocês lá. Então, se gostaram, deixa aquele joinha que é só clicar, coloca um comentário falando o que você achou, compartilha com os amigos que é muito importante. Se não for inscrito no canal, já aproveita, se inscreve e ativa o sininho para receber a notificação dos próximos vídeos. Muito obrigado e até o próximo!